Good morning, welcome back to another video, and today we are going to be going over a noob's guide to TSM mailing. Now just stick around and enjoy the video. Now moving on from our other video, which was about crafting and posting and groups with our other two videos, we have today mailing. Basically, mailing can be used for quite a lot of different things, and we have saved our netherweave bag from the other episode. Now that being the case, what we're going to be wanting to do is we're going to target specific groups to send specific people. That being the case, we're going to have to grab some more pieces from the auction house, from our bank, in order to send to multiple different characters. Now, for instance, when it comes to our groups, we have just made up a couple of groups quickly, which is recipes. It's got a recipe inside there for the Timeless Night's Eye, and a miscellaneous one for the frozen arms of the hero, along with our already existing one from our other episode, the netherweave bag one. Now that being the case, what we're going to be wanting to do is set up operations for mailing. So we're going to jump into operations and we're just going to go over to mailing, and once again we're not going to use the default. The thing is, we're going to create 3 new operations, which is pretty damn simple, and all we have to do is just click them at the top, which is a plus button. And we'll just go over to the first new operation and we're just going to say send recipe. And what we're going to be wanting to do is target a specific character. Now for me, I want to send it over to my rogue, which is Zathrash, and I'm just typed in his name, and make sure that you spell this correctly. Press enter to select the character, and we'll just go down to group management. So what we are wanting to send over to Zathrash is any recipes. So we'll just click on recipes in our drop down menu. This will send anything under that group over to Zathrash. And the same thing will go with our other operations. So the second operation is for bags. So bags I want to send over to DalaGG. And the same thing applies. Target character, I'm just setting for my target character, and we're just going to go down to tailoring bags, and we're just going to select that group there, and it should show at the bottom bags. For our third operation, we are going to go towards our next guy, which is we are going to send it over to my other character, which is Orthana. I'm going to call this one miscellaneous, or Miss for short, and we're just going to call it to Corthana, which is my druid. So obviously we spelt her name correctly. We're just going to go down to this one. We're going to set group management, and we're going to select in the drop down menu the miscellaneous. So any miscellaneous stuff will go towards Corthana. When it comes to bags for crafting, and from our previous video we'll go to DalaGG, and the recipes, send recipe, is going to our rogue alchemist guy overall. Now when we are actually wanting to do this, it's going to ask us how many we want to keep of this amount in our bags, like keep on our character that we're sending it over. And what we're actually going to be wanting to do is we can say I want to keep 5. So I want to keep 5 is I will want to keep 5 on Giblet, the guy we're on right now, and then anything else will get sent over to this character. So we can do that otherwise, but obviously we have one of that item, so we don't want to do that. And overall, this is basically everything that you need to do. Just make sure that you have your groups set up and target them respectively to your different mailing parts. So when we go over to our mailbox and we look at our netherweave bag, frozen arms of the hero, and recipe of that, it should actually tell us what group they're a part of inside the tooltip for TSM, and we just click on our TSM mailing. So we'll bring this over right here, and we can go into groups. When we go into groups, we can then select our specific things. So we'll just select our groups that we've got, and what it actually says now is that it has mailed it towards Corthana, the frozen arms of the hero to the Corthana, and the design of the Timeless Night's Eye to Zathrash, and the netherweave bag to DalaGG. So overall, this is a really simple way in order to send over different things, such as materials to certain characters. So I use this mainly to send over multiple herbs in order to get over towards my different characters, and also sending over tide spray bracers over towards my blacksmith, leatherworker, tailorer, but my tailorer is here. But you get the point. I can send over multiple different groups to certain different things, and over to loads of different characters overall, which means it makes my life a hell of a lot easier to send specific things over to different characters in one shot. So I can send over a massive bag load of stuff, so I could do a massive load of crafting of random stuff, and then I can then just select my selected groups and they send them over all the way over to my characters. So that being the case, let's jump over to Cortana to see if we got her mail. And now let's just jump in and have a look at our mailbox, which is Frozen Arms of the Hero has been sent by Giblet, has now been sent over to me, Frozen Arms of the Hero. Thank you, Giblet, for sending that over through your operations. And basically, the other characters will have their other respective things. So basically that is an introduction towards TSM mailing, and it's just a basic guide, is basically a noob's guide towards TSM mailing and just getting a basic operation up to send over multiple different things over to different characters. So you then, if you have your groups for ore, then smelt those and then make a group up for bars and then send the bars over to your blacksmith, so to speak. So it would just make everything a bit more streamlined. I find this to be a great way in order to make everything a bit more effective overall. And other than that, if you have any questions, please come on the Discord and message me. Other than that, guys, have an awesome rest of the day, and I shall see you in the next video, which will be tomorrow.